Hi, we're gonna make a gigantic eyeball for Halloween. Woo! Okay, so we're gonna start with some super bulky yarn and our big 9mm hook. And then we're gonna use some worsted weight for the eye with our smaller hook. This is a G hook. So to begin, we'll start with the eyeball itself. We'll chain 2, and then into that first chain, we will single crochet 9. And I always find this first part the trickiest, just squeezing it into that first chain. But we'll get there. Okay, for round 2, we're going to increase around. So we're going to put 2 stitches into each single crochet. So that'll take us from 9 stitches to 18 stitches. Okay, so now for the next round, we're going to increase again. So we'll go single crochet followed by an increase. We actually do that 9 times. So that will take us from 18 stitches to 27 stitches. Again, that's single crochet followed by an increase all the way around. Here we go, 27 stitches. So we'll increase again now, and we'll go single, single, increase, and that will take us up to 36 stitches. So that's putting 9 more stitches on this round, single, single, increase, single, single, increase, taking us to 36 stitches. Okay, dokie, here we go. Now you're gonna see that that's kind of ruffling a little bit around the edges, and that's okay. It's gonna spread out as we go. So for the following round, we will increase again up to 45 stitches. So we'll go single, 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 followed by an increase. We'll do that 9 times, taking us to 45 stitches. Okay, here we go. So now what we're gonna do is just single crochet around. We're not increasing at all. We're just gonna add another row, or sorry, another round to our eyeball. Okay, so now what we want to do for this round, we still want to increase a little bit. We want this eyeball to be pretty huge. So what we're going to do is we will increase it up to 54 stitches. So that means we're going to put on 4 single crochet followed by 1 increase. So single, 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 increase. Do that all the way around, taking us up to 54 stitches. Looking good, looking good. Okay, this will be the last time that we do an increase. We're going to take it up to 63 stitches. So that's 5 single crochets followed by an increase. So single, 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 increase. Do that 9 times, taking you from 54 stitches up to 63 stitches. Okay, we've come to the last part of increasing. Now what we're going to do is just build up. So we're going to just single crochet all the way up. We're going to go up to 20 rounds, sorry, 19 rounds. Stop when you've come to the end of 19 rounds. Each round has 63 stitches. Okay, here we are. We finished 19 rounds altogether on our giant eyeball. So now what we're going to do is start to bring it back in. So we're going to start to decrease here. So what we'll do is we're going to take it from 63 stitches down to 54 stitches. So we'll go 5 singles followed by a decrease. So that's single, 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 decrease. Do that 9 times around and you'll start to see that it's beginning to narrow the top gap. Okay, we have got 54 stitches on our piece now. We want to take it down to 45. So single, 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 increase. So that's 4 singles followed by 1 increase. We do that 9 times, taking us down to 45 stitches. Okay, so we've got 45 stitches on here. We're just going to do one round of 45 stitches again, so we're not decreasing here at all. Okay, and it's starting to get narrow. We'll decrease again. We're going to take it to 36 stitches. Single, 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 decrease. Single, 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 decrease 9 times to 36 stitches. Let's take it down to 27 stitches. So single, single, decrease, single, single, decrease all the way around 9 times, taking us from 36 stitches to 27 stitches. Okay, that gap is getting pretty narrow. So what we'll do now is add some stuffing. You want to add stuffing a little bit at a time, shaping as you go. You can't just push it in and like expect it to be fine. You have to actually shape it as you go. So here now I've done that, and it is a bit wonky, and that's okay because I'm gonna just make my top a little bit narrower, then I'm going to do some more shaping. So here I'm going to single crochet followed by decrease, single crochet, decrease, taking my round from 27 stitches down to 18 stitches. Okay, now I have 18 stitches on this round, and what I'll do now is I'll spend a little bit of time adding some stuffing. I'm really going to not try to add huge big gobs of it at the same time, and you'll notice that with my left hand I'm kind of shaping it as I go and sort of feeling around to see if there are any gaps anywhere. Now you will need quite a bit of stuffing for this guy. It is amazing how much stuffing you may find that you need for pieces that are this big. So stretch it, shape it, push it, do all of those things. And what you're going for is a sphere. So let's do that, and then we'll come back and close this baby up. Okay, seems pretty even around here. So now here's my last round. We're gonna decrease a round. So we're just decreasing. Now take your time with this and keep your tension really as tight as possible. Just because often when we're decreasing at this point, the stitches are a little bit looser. They tend to be a little bit looser. And so then we see the stuffing through the stitches, which of course we don't want. So just keep it really super tight if you can. The other thing that you want to just watch out for is that you're not catching the fiber fill in the hook, because you don't want to have fiber fill coming through and getting sort of tangled in those stitches. So just be careful, take your time, and we'll close this up here. We'll make the gap a little bit smaller. And by the way, please don't forget, I love to see the projects that you make, so you can send me pictures of those on all my socials. You can email me pictures, and then I like to share them as well. So please do, first of all, tag me in your creations when you're posting, and then if you're not a social media person, just send me pictures. So now I'm going to fasten this off. I've got quite a long tail. I'd say that's about 15 inches maybe. And what we'll do is just add a little bit of stuffing just to make sure that that top part is feeling nice and, you know, sort of stuffed and firm. So just add a little bit more as needed. Pop it on in there. You can see how I'm kind of testing it here and there. Yep, I like it. All right, so we'll just I'm just going to grab my tapestry needle here. And it's a blunt one. It's got a blunt end, which helps it sort of slip through between the stitches. And I'm going to gather the front loop of the last round. And then I'm gonna, oh, I thought I was done, but I guess not. Okay, then I'm gonna just pull it gently to close, and then we're gonna secure it closed. Now you'll see that I've got quite a long tail here yet. We're gonna poke this tail in a few times because we really want to hide it, and we don't want to give it an opportunity to work its way out. So that's why I always do a few, several, as I've just shown you, like several sort of stitches through. If you have a tail that's too short, then it's going to work its way through. And now I'm just going to use my crochet hook to sort of move some of this fiber fill around, make sure it's nice and round, and yep, I'm happy with that. All right. Time for the eye. So I've got my smaller hook and I'm going to just put some random black worsted weight yarn on there and chain 2, and into that chain, that first chain, I'm going to single crochet 9. All right, round 2 is an increase around, of course, so putting an increase into each stitch around, taking us from 9 stitches to 18 stitches. Let's go up to 27 stitches, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. Going from 18 stitches on that last round to 27 stitches on the new round. For this round, we're just going to single crochet around. So that's 27 stitches altogether, no increases. For the following round, single, single, increase. Okay, so 9 times, so single, single, increase, take that to 36 stitches. For the next round, let's take it to 45. Single, 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 increase. Do that 9 times, taking us to 45 stitches. Let's add another round of 45 onto the next round here. So let's just single crochet around, and no increases for this one either. Okay, we're almost ready to, well, actually we are ready to change colors. So I'm gonna, you'll see what I did there. So I started with a crochet. I began the crochet, but I didn't finish it, and now I'm going to finish it with the green. That's how I change my colors. So I'm going to finish it with the green, and that's how we change colors. So for this round, we're going to single crochet around again, so that's 45 stitches, and you're going to notice that it's going to start to curve up, sort of like a little cup almost, and that's fine because we're going to be sewing this onto a curved surface anyways. So so that's it. Now if you don't have green, you want to use a different color, of course, go for it. Okay, here we go. We're at the end of that round. So now we're going to increase, of course. We are going to, yeah, you can kind of see how we've got that cup going, right? But that's just fine. We don't mind if it's got a little bit of a curve on it. Single, 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 followed by an increase. That's going to take us to 54 stitches. So you're going to do that 9 times. Single, 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 increase 4 singles, followed by an increase. 9 times, taking us to 54 stitches. All right, it's looking good here. Okay, so for this next round, what we're gonna do is single crochet, single, 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 followed by an increase. So that's gonna take us up to 63 stitches. So single, 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 increase 9 times, taking us to 63 stitches. Okay, here we go. It's looking so good. I love this green. It's very Halloween-y. Okay, let's just single crochet around for this next round. So no increases for this one, just 63 stitches. And that, my friend, is our last round. So we are going to join with a slip stitch, pull out a very long tail. I would say this is probably about 24 inches. I would even maybe go 30 inches because you're going to need it to sew onto the eyeball. So you have to decide where you want it. Do you want it on the side? Do you want it on the front? Do you want it on the back? I kind of want it on the beginning because I think that the stitches look really nice. I think they look really nice there. So that's my dog asking to go out. She rings the doorbell. I'm going to have to help her in a second. Anyways, I'm going to get this onto I'm going to get that tail onto the tapestry needle. Then I'm going to take my time because I need to catch every single stitch on that eyeball. So take your time. You may need to add more yarn, more green yarn to get that sewn onto the eyeball. But again, just take your time and just go slowly. Now I better go let my dog out. Now to add life to the eyes, as my junior high art teacher always said, you have to add shine to the eyes. So we're going to do that with some white yarn. I'm just going to poke it in anywhere because I can hide it anywhere. I'm just going to zip it through here, and I'm going to do one straight stitch, just a straight stitch. It's probably about 3 stitches long over that black part there. And then I'm going to do a second one. So one stitch is fine, but you always want to have a second one. So I'm just going to sort of stagger it. You can kind of see how I've got the one. I want it to be the same length, but I want it to be kind of staggered so they're not totally parallel. And then I'm going to just pop it through back over here. And I don't need to worry about, you know, hiding this yarn really, because the white blanket yarn is so fluffy that you're never going to see a knot if I tie it here. So let's just tie a knot. I always tie 3 knots. For whatever reason, they seem to hold better. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we are just going to weave those tails in. You'll notice again that I'm keeping those tails quite long because I don't want them to pop out. If I were to cut those tails, say like 3 or 4 inches long, they would work their way out. So I've got a super long tail. I'm doing it differently with this one. I'm pulling it in using my crochet hook. That's how I'm doing it with this guy. Love it, but not finished yet. I'm going to use some I love this yarn. This is my Hobby Friends cotton size 8/8, and it's super soft, but it's very small. So it'll be really good because what we're going to do are blood vessels. So I'm going to just do some random blood vessels. I'm going to start out here. This is a tail that I am going to have to hide. So I'm just going to pop it through, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like a bunch of sort of long straight stitches in a Y. So there's 1 stitch, and they are all going to be a little bit different. So we want them, so it is like in the shape of a Y, but it's not going to be like a, you know, an even sort of symmetrical Y. I'm going to poke it over here and do another one, and just do it randomly. You don't have to add a whole bunch onto this, just sort of wherever you think is good. And here is the finished eyeball. I absolutely love it and can't wait to share this with you. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day.